Hello everyone, welcome to my Chinese grammar course. Let me first introduce myself. I have a PhD degree in speech, language, and hearing science at NYU. I have a master's degree in linguistics and a bachelor's degree in English. Right now, I'm working as a research scientist at NYU. From my educational background and working experience, you can see I have a lot of experience with language learning and language teaching and language research. That's why I have this Chinese grammar course to show everyone how to correctly use Chinese grammar. In this course, we particularly focus on different types of Mandarin sentences. So after this course, you will be able to spot different types of Mandarin sentences accurately. You will also be able to produce different types of Mandarin sentence with confidence. Okay, let's get started. In the first part of the grammar class, we will cover all the different types of Mandarin sentences, such as the simple sentences, the complex sentences, question sentences, and the negation sentences. Simple sentences are usually built with a subject and a predicate. The predicate can be a verb or an adjectives. First, we have the most basic structure, which is a subject-verb structure. For example, 他来了. English, it means he came. This is a basic sentence with a subject and an action or a verb, 来了 or come. We have another structure, which is a subject and adjectives. In Mandarin, adjectives can function as a verb. For example, 苹果红了, which means the apple is red. But instead of saying 苹果是红了, we don't use 是 like we don't use 是 in Mandarin because in English we have the be verb, like for example, the apple is red or he is shy. But in Mandarin, we don't have this be verb. We do have a be verb, but the be verb only used to express somebody's identity, like he is a student, that person is a teacher, but we do not use be verb with adjectives. So whenever you use a subject and adjectives, please do not use the be verb. So we say 苹果红了 rather than 苹果是红了. Similarly, we say 灯亮了, like the light is on. Instead of saying 灯是亮了, we don't say be verb, right? So we say 灯亮了, which is literally mean the light on. And another similar structure is 天黑了, which means it is dark or the sky is dark. So remember, we don't use be verb, right? So we say 天黑了 rather than 天是黑了. So do not use 是 in this basic structure. We only use 是 with identities. For example, he is a singer, you are a teacher in those situations. Next, let's look at the subject, verb, and object structure, or SVO structure. This is the most common sentence pattern in Mandarin. For example, in the past tense, we can say 我吃了一个苹果, which means I ate an apple. If we want to say future tense, we can say 我会吃一个苹果. 会 means will. It indicates something that will happen in the future. For the present perfect, we can say 我吃完苹果了, which means I have finished eating the apple. One indicates the end or the complete of an action. But you also see the le at the end of the sentence, right? When the le appears at the end of the sentence, it indicates the change of the state. We call this le a sentence final particle. So in this sentence, 我吃完苹果了, it means I have finished eating the apple. So the situation of eating apple is done, is finished. So that's why we use le at the end of the sentence. Okay, the next example is the verb is followed by a complement. This structure is called subject-verb complement. A complement adds extra information about the result, direction, or the degree of the action. For example, 他跑得很快, which means he runs fast. So the fast or the 很快 indicate the the speed or the degree of the running, right? Another example is 他吃饭很快, he eats quickly. So again, the 很快 or the quickly indicate how fast they eat, right? So it expresses extra information about the action. The last sentence is 我跑出去了, which means I ran out. So the 出去了 or the out indicates the direction of the verb run. So you can see in all the three examples, there is some extra information. Typically, is an adverb. So the adverb adds more information or an extra layer of information for the verbs. Next one is subject, verb, and location. For example, 他在学校. People may say that is a preposition, right? So in this sentence, there's no verb. Actually, that has two different meanings. Sometimes it functions as a verb, sometimes it functions as a preposition, like in, at, and on. In this sentence, 他在学校, this 在 function as a verb. So it means he is at school. But if you say 他在医院上班, so in the second sentence, 上班 is a verb or is action. So 在医院 is a place for the 上班 or is a place for the work. So in this situation, 在医院 is a preposition. So the 在 is a preposition, is not a verb. How do we know if the 在 is a verb or a preposition? You can just check if there are extra verbs in the sentence. For example, 我在医院上班. 上班 is a verb, right? Like it's work, so it's a verb. In those situations, 在 is a preposition. If there is no other verbs in the sentence, then the 在 will function as a verb. Like the first sentence, 我在学校. So in the first sentence, that is a verb. Another basic sentence pattern in Mandarin is subject and 是 and noun. You remember we give this example when we talk about subject and predicate, like subject and adverbs, right? So we use a subject, a 是, and a noun to express the existence of something or the identity of something. For example, 他是老师, she is a teacher. 我老公是程序员. My husband is a programmer. But notice that the sentence on the right, 他是幼稚. This is wrong because 幼稚, like childish, is adjectives. So when there's adjectives, we don't use the be verb 是, right? We only use be verb when we express like the identity of somebody. The next type of sentence is existential sentence, which are used to describe the existence or the presence of something. In Mandarin, we often use 有 to mean there is or there are. For example, 桌子上有一本书, there is a book on the table. To express that something does not exist, we use 没有. For example, 教室里没有人. There's no people in the classroom. If we want to say future event, something happens in the future, we can add the word 会, which means view, right? So 下周一办公室会有人. It means there will be people in the office next Monday. And if we want to talk about the past, we can add the time before the verb. For example, 昨天办公室没有人. So 昨天 or yesterday indicates something happened in the past, right? So there was so this sentence means there was no people in the office yesterday. These sentences are very useful for describing what is or what is not present in a certain place or on a certain time. Okay, that's all the examples for the simple sentences. Next, let's move on to the complex sentences.